Hi, and welcome to Antonio's Guide to getting 100% on Mr. Spain's senior memoir assignment. This will be a very thorough step-by-step instruction guide to make the perfect senior memoir using nothing more than Windows Movie Maker. Now, let's get started. Hold on, Kobe uploaded his senior memoir. Let me check this out. Give me a sec. No. I had told him I was going to use that format. He can't just take that. The pain is real, and I am literally crying. Alas, poor me. To kick things off, I'm going to show you some nice pictures of the best iteration of Antonio. Now this little bad boy never would have done anything without the constant support of my mom and dad. They're honestly some of the best people around who truly care for their children. They've been a huge part of my development, and I honestly can't speak enough good about them. My younger brothers are also definitely up there for just being there. I would have turned out completely differently had I not been the oldest, for better or worse. My friends are really up there for good people. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Grant, because he's just a good friend who really has my back, you know. Also, I would like to give a subtle nod to Colby, who despite his glaucoma is an individual in my life. Lastly, Nick, because he's stuck it out for 6 years now, and his company has really had a lot of influence on me as a person. And I'd like to think I've had some influence on him. In terms of school, I really don't know what to put in this section because I'm studious and don't take pictures in class, so I enjoy these things I found that are somewhat related, I guess.
No, just kidding. There, the whips, horns, time.
So many seconds.
Now I'm going to switch to some guitar playing while I talk about my passions in life and what I've learned. Honestly, one of the biggest takeaways in my life is the idea that life is absurd and the search for truth in life can never truly be accomplished. This idea was a really freeing thought for me because it meant I could really be free and enjoy everything that life has to offer. The second biggest takeaway was that the outcomes of the Industrial Revolution were a disaster for humankind. I found a passion in music. I love it as an art form and as a form of expression. I plan on continuing to play guitar as I continue in life, and honestly, the biggest reason for this is that, you know, music has been a huge part of my life. I will be attending Palomar College this coming school year. I plan on majoring in psychology and I'm hoping to transfer in 1 or 2 years. I plan on eventually becoming a clinical psychologist, so look forward to seeing that in the foreseeable future. Now you may be asking yourself, what's my favorite book, right? Well, personally, The Stranger by Albert Camus is, in my opinion, the most significant piece of literature. There are like a ton of ways to analyze this book, such as a philosophical reading into existentialism, as well as through a psychological lens, which explains Camus' philosophy of life. This book also happens to be my favorite book. The Stoic main character, Rousseau, has specifically taught me a lot about how I wanted to live my own life, and I can definitely credit Camus for many of my worldviews, both philosophical and political. Plus, honestly, it's the perfect book for a pseudo-intellectual such as myself. So, what's my favorite film? I watched a movie a while ago called Lobster, and it's one of my favorite comedy movies because it's just so surreal. The film does have some significance though, and speaks to a certain degree about loneliness and fear in a capitalist and consumer-driven society, which allows for some pretty deep analysis once you get into it. Also, it's technically a rom-com in the style of a dystopian future, a la Hunger Games. I highly recommend it since we truly live in a society. A poem that really speaks to me is To the Virgins, To Make Much of Time by Robert Herrick. It really speaks to the brevity of life and how we must enjoy the life we have. The whole carpe diem thing is pretty good, am I right? Even if it may be a romantic ideal. Who doesn't love the idea of it? Now me personally, I will use this section as a subtle flex for all the stuff I've done, while still maintaining the illusion of being humble. Now my greatest achievement, that's a hard one. It could possibly be getting Employee of the Month at the El Camino Baskin Robbins location for August 29th, 2018. It could also be being a varsity athlete. But you know what? Equally as important, I think it could be single-handedly learning guitar by myself. Really, it's been a pretty fun 4 years, and it's been kind of cool to look back and see myself grow as an individual. It's been a fun year and all that. I leave you with this picture of me as a goodbye, and some Curtis Mayfield playing in the background. Best wishes to all.